What up, though? It's your main man, KP. You got Mike the Expert. Welcome back to Sneakers and Sports. We appreciate everybody that pulls up. Of course, continue to like, share, subscribe. We need y'all. Yo, man, I love how y'all had the comments going crazy this week. We enjoyed every one of them. Some of y'all feel like we off deck and we don't know basketball, and some of y'all agree with us, and that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all about, you know what I'm saying, creating this community and us kind of talking through things.
Yeah, they was getting
For
on our
those of
head.
y'all yeah, they got our head. For those of y'all that feel like we don't know basketball because we said trade Jayson Tatum, maybe you play too much 2K. But we'll get on with the show. Anyway, so we talking about the Hawks right now on a hot 10-game winning streak. They are scorching hot in sixth place. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 41 against the Magic, and then they go ahead and they win this next game. And I'm really impressed with the Hawks, man. I mean, the Magic are a good team. They're a playoff team. They just beat them. Now, I know they have some light work with the Wizards and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you got to be who's in front of you. And the Hawks been doing that, man. And I think the Hawks are prime right now. If they can stay in six, one of the things that's impressive right here, and of course, they beat the Mavericks, not the Magic, the Mavericks. They beat Cooper Flag and the Mavericks. One of the things I like is they got themselves out of the playoff. Yeah, they got themselves out the play-in tournament. I mean, when's the last time we have not seen the Hawks in the play-in tournament?
Mhm. It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. So I don't know. Maybe trade and trade was the best look, man. But what are you impressed about on this 10-game winning streak?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I have to say is big ups to me because I've been saying Trey Young for the longest. You know, I've been saying that. Like, I've been always talking about, man, get rid of him. You
I
know,
agree with you,
so
but at the end of the day, man, they gave Trey away. They didn't really get the good compensation they should have got. They
hey,
gave the guy away.
but that's why they should have traded him earlier. They should have traded him in past seasons or whatever. I think they would have done a whole lot better. But back to this 10-game win streak thing. I mean, what's impressive with this 10-game win streak is not all one player. You know, the Hawks are playing as a cohesive team. I mean, you never know who's going to be the guy that night. You know, although Jalen Johnson, he's playing like a superstar. So
He is.
we definitely got to give him his props. He's got multiple triple doubles in this streak. I mean, he's had a 23, 12, and 10 game. He's had 35-point performances during the run. I mean, Jalen Johnson's really doing this thing, and he's looking like a potential superstar in the making. So we do have to get that. But the others on the team are doing real good, like Nickeil Alexander Walker. I mean, he's
I don't know if I can call him a other, man. When you drop 41 and this guy's consistently putting up 20 pieces too, I don't know if
yeah.
I'm gonna call him a other. I
He's
mean,
a other right now. He's a other right now.
okay.
He's not a star yet. He's a other right now. Others have dropped, big time points, but I mean, he had a game where he hit 9 3-pointers. You hit 9 3-pointers, you're gonna score. You're gonna get a lot of points, but I doubt if there's gonna be too many games where he's gonna hit 8, 9
Bro,
pointers in one game,
this
you
man
know.
is cooking. He getting it from his cousin, Shea Alexander Walker. I mean, Shea Gildress Alexander. You know that's his cousin, right?
Mhm,
His first cousin. And I don't know, man. This might be a situation, and I might be just follow me here. So I'm gonna
mhm.
sound a little crazy a little bit. But remember when Tracy McGrady left Toronto? We knew he
Yeah.
was a good player, but we didn't know he was that good until he got on his own with the Magic. And that just might be what's happening with Nickeil Alexander Walker. He left the T Wolves, and we knew the guy could play, but we didn't know he could play like this.
Oh no, most definitely. And you never know. One day he might be a star or a superstar, but right now, until then, he's a other. But he's just a
Man, put some
he's a
respect on
good
that
player.
man's name. Goodness
I mean,
gracious,
he's a
yo.
good player right now, but you never know. He might wind up being a man. He might wind up being that number one option. It's just right now, we still got to see. We're just guessing for the future. I mean, even CJ McCollum been balling. I mean, he's had
Man,
multiple 20, 30-point games. So I mean,
he don't got in a hot tub time machine. This is wild. Like,
mhm,
cause we swore he was a ham sandwich and he was washed up, and now he
yeah.
don't got in that hot tub time machine putting a 20 spot up on a regular basis. And it's kind of like what you
Mhm,
said. You never know. It's like basically everybody eats when it comes to the Hawks right now. And
yeah.
it's impressive. And then Kaminga's come in looking like a brand new man, so he got a new lease
Mhm.
on life right now in Atlanta. The only player I'm really concerned about is Reese. I mean, it seems like he's going backwards. He's averaging 10 points a game. I'm not really sure what's happening with him.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody's gonna be able to just, hit 30, 40 points, get 20 points. Ricochet, I'm sure he's not a bad player. He showed that he can play the game. He's just gotta, kind of find his way now. I mean, he's young, he hasn't been in the league long, so either he's gonna find his way or he's gonna find his way to another team, one or the other. So
Well, The point is you drafted the guy at the number 1 pick. I think last year he was averaging like almost 15 points a game. Now he's averaging 10. That's not a good look to be going backwards like that. He was a starter. Now he's coming off the bench. I'm just not sure what's happening here. Like, why is the guy regressing? And maybe he's still trying to find his place because again, you had one style without Trey. Then Trey kind of comes back for a little while and he goes back out again and Trey gets traded. So maybe he just has to find his place on the team.
Well, there's a lot of things that could go into it. I mean, what is his minutes looking like? You said he was a starter, and now he's coming off the bench. His minutes, since Kaminga and all of them came, his minutes could have went down. So, I mean, things like that's going to happen. And if you were a starter and now you're on the bench, I mean, the way you're being used out there could be different. So, it's a lot of things, and he's young, and he hasn't been in the league long. So, it's going to take some time for him to adjust when things change, especially when you have a dynamic player like Trey Young there and then all of a sudden he's gone and you learned how to play off of Trey Young.
Right.
Now he's gone, so you're trying to play differently. I don't see Richard Shea as one of those guys that's going to be a star in the league. I think he might be a good role player, so he's got to figure out how to play his role now.
Man, as the Hawks, you gotta be sick that you picked the guy number 1. He could possibly be his ceiling is a good role player. A number 1 pick's supposed to be something that, like, change your franchise. Oh, man, and then what's crazy? The Pelicans are playing well, so now that pick is looking a little crazy for them right now too. So, a lot of things up in the air for the Hawks. I don't know. You call them the boozer people. I don't know if they're gonna get either one of the boozers now with the way the
Yeah.
Pelicans don't pick it back up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, you know. I just think the Hawks are headed in the right direction. I think they're headed in a good direction. They're playing team ball. I see them headed towards like the Thunder direction, where it's not just one person. It's a whole team game. Yeah, the Thunder have Shea, but the whole team is what puts that together. So, and I think the Hawks are headed in a good direction.
Yeah, kind of like the Pistons. I mean, that's one of the things I like about the Pistons. A lot of people are getting involved, playing well, So let's talk about the Pistons real quick, man. So we know that Cade Cunningham is now going to be out for we don't know how long because he has a collapsed lung. So hopefully he'll be on the mend real soon. But man, that's a serious injury for them coming down the stretch, losing your best player. I don't know. It might be time to press the panic button over there in Detroit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna lose a player, I mean, he averages 25 points a game and nearly 10 assists. So I mean, you take that away from your team, the best player on your team, the guy who makes that thing go. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to really do anything.
And he always flirting with Miss Trip Dub too. You know what I'm saying? This guy's always flirting with a triple
Hmm.
double. I mean, I don't know, man. And Jalen Duren, I mean, he's really helped elevate this guy's game. He's elevated the whole team. And I'm not really sure what they can do to fill the hole. And now going into the playoffs, they're very vulnerable, man. This looked like, basically a walk possibly to the Eastern Conference Finals. And they might be out in the first round now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the playoffs, you need your superstar. I don't care who you are. You know, you need your superstar, and it's going to be hard not having him. I mean, he does so much. He's a leader on that team. He controls the play pace. I mean, he calls plays. He keeps the team
Yeah.
calm at late games.
You
I
know
mean,
why
he
he got to
does a
call
lot.
plays, right? You know why.
Why you got to call plays?
JB Bickerstaff, bro. That dude is a disaster. He's a disaster. He consistently gets out coached. JB is the guy that you come to bring in and help the young talent get along, and then
Hmm.
later on you get rid of him to bring in the Phil Jackson. He's the Doug Collins, and you bring in the Phil Jackson that knows how to coach, don't get out coached. Because I've
Oh yeah.
watched JB get out coached over and over and over again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens. But back to Cade, man. I mean, the other side of it, the bright side, though, although I don't think without Cade, I don't see them going anywhere in the playoffs, but they have won without Cade. I mean, it's not a big sample size, but they're 5-1 without Cade, and they still are scoring over 110 points per game without Cade. And they do have a deep roster. I mean, you got Duran, Thompson, Sir Thompson, Tobias Harris. You got good
I
bench
like to
scoring
call
on that
Tobias
team.
Harris J. Cole, man. That dude look like J. Cole to me.
Yeah, yeah. And Tobias Harris is, hot and cold. You don't know what you're gonna get sometimes,
Bruh, please do not waste your money betting on Tobias Harris. You're gonna go broke, man, because you're gonna put that parlay in and he gonna come up short every time. And then you
Yeah,
don't put
yeah.
in, that's when he go off.
That's when to go off, yeah. But the good thing about the Pistons is their defense. Their defense keeps them competitive. So even without Cade, they're gonna be able to stay in games because of their defense. I don't see them going far in the playoffs without Cade, but at least they'll still be able to be competitive.
All they need is Isaiah Stewart to go out there and start some fights. You know he love to fight. That's what he looked to do.
Yeah.
He don't want basketball. He wanna squabble up every time he get out there.
Yeah, yeah. I think some of that is kind of fake, but
Say a fake tough guy?
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to with him, but
I mean, of course not. The dude's like 6'8", solid muscle.
yeah,
Dog,
yeah.
you over the hill, bro. Of course you don't want it with
Actually,
that young man.
well, actually, I do. Because I could sue
Oh, you want
if
that
he
check.
hits me.
You want
Yeah,
that
I want
check.
that check. Yeah,
Now there ain't
because
no
I
check in it. You don't want no parts of that, do you?
nah, nah, nah. But 'cause I'm not swinging back. He gonna hit me. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna have a seizure, or even if I'm
But
not
if that
having a
man
seizure, I'm
connect
gonna
on
have
your face, you're not gonna get up. I mean, you probably got a broken nose, your jaw might be broke. You might be out
even
here looking
better.
like Jake Paul.
Hey, it's even better, man. It's even better. That's more money. So bring it to me.
This man wanna go Kanye West through the wire with the broken jaw for the check.
Hey, it'll all get fixed.
Yo, you a wild dude, man.
My
This
wounds are
my
healed.
thing with the Pistons though, man, that make me kinda worried. I'm not sure who you put in to really run the show now that Cade is down, and I
Hmm.
get it. You do have a cast of characters. They do have a deep roster. But at the same time, they lost a guy like Schroeder that did step in for Cade last year when he was hurt. They helped him out
Yeah,
in the playoffs. He's not there anymore. So, it kinda makes you really vulnerable. Plus, it's a young team, and a young team facing adversity without their best player is in trouble.
yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, this gives them the chance to, kind of see more of what they got. Because, like I said, they only have a small sample size, 5-1, so 6 games without Cade. So this gives them a chance to see more of what they got. Hopefully for them, the ball move more
Yeah.
without Cade. The players, especially the role players, they'd be a little more freer because they're not, trying to find Cade and make sure Cade gets his and all that. So we'll
Right.
see what happens. But like I said, in the playoffs, if you're gonna win it, if you're gonna go far, you need your star. You need your superstar.
Yo, let me ask you this. Don't it feel like Tobias Harris done been playing in the league for like 35 years? That dude feel like he been
Yes.
in the league longer than LeBron almost.
I was
That's
just about
crazy.
to I was just about to say that. I think Tobias Harris, he got drafted back when Jordan left to go play baseball.
Exactly. I was like, man, because you remember him being
Oh,
on the Magic, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
remember that. That was early in his career. And
yeah,
then he was with Philly. I mean, this just feel like the dude been and he's such a quiet guy, you forget he's
yeah,
even an NBA player.
yeah. He was on the Magic with Shaq and Penny.
Hey, yo, he was on the Utah Jazz with Karl Malone and John Stockton. He was
Yeah,
running the pick
yeah.
and roll.
He was in the finals against Jordan.
That's why they lost, huh? That wasn't Brian Russell, that was him.
That was him. Exactly.
Man, so talk about taking a loss, man. Yo, y'all was at our head with these comments, man. We gotta talk about this, man. We looking at the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are solidly in second place. I mean, I don't see where they're gonna catch the Pistons just because the Pistons have such a big lead. I mean, it can happen. They can implode. I don't think the Pistons are just gonna implode where Boston can catch them. But at the
Hmm.
same time, if you Brad Stevens, you the Celtics, you got to really think about this. Your Finals MVP has proven that he's the best player on your team in Jaylen Brown, and Tatum is what one of the highest paid players in the league. We know that he's a superstar, Olympian. But at the same time, you've been in second place without him, and no one's even threatened you and got close to catching you. I think you really got to consider trading the guy, man. And with Giannis possibly being available this summer, healthy, I don't see how you could say that you'd rather have Tatum over Giannis, man. That's the perfect pairing because Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum are almost the same thing. It's like a 1A or 1B.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look in the past, Tatum and Jalen Brown, there was always this discussion that they played the same and all this stuff, and
Facts.
one of them's got to go. Over the years, there's always been that discussion. And if you look, yeah, they do have one title together, and that's great, But if you look at their wins and how they've been winning and stuff, they're doing the same thing without Tatum. The same thing they did with Tatum, they're doing without Tatum.
Facts.
So I'm looking at it as, look, this is your chance to trade one of them, which right now you would want to trade Tatum and not Jalen Brown. Trade Tatum, or see what you can get for him. If you can get Giannis, then definitely trade him. But you might also be able to get a bunch of picks, good players, whatever for Tatum. You don't know what you can get right now, but Tatum is a superstar and people have a lot of high praise of Tatum. So trade him before something else happens. If he comes back, I mean he's already back, but if he comes back and gets injured again,
Mhm.
if he gets injured again, his stock is gonna go way down. So I
Way
say,
down.
yeah,
And he's coming off of Achilles, man. Achilles is a serious injury, bro. That's an
exactly.
injury. Sometimes you bounce back and sometimes you don't, and you're never the same afterwards. I mean, Kobe had the Achilles, and even still, he's the Black Mamba. That's a really high bar, but he still wasn't the same. Dominique had it. He came back, but he wasn't skywalking the exact same way as he was before the Achilles. So it's always going to take something away. Even with Kevin Durant, it's going to take something away. It is what it is.
Yeah. So we were talking about Jason Tatum before, and we put out a short talking about Jason Tatum. Everybody agreed on the podcast that the Celtics should get rid of Tatum.
Because we know basketball, and
Yes,
some
because
people just play 2K.
exactly. So what I was basically going to say, so I was looking at, me and you, we've been looking at some of the stuff they put on there. So I was just going to read some of the stuff
Yeah,
they
let's
put
do
on
that.
here.
Let's read
Yeah,
some of the comments
yeah. So
and call the
like I
name out too. We gotta call the
Of
name out.
course, of course.
Okay.
So we were talking about Jason Tatum and getting rid of him, and everybody agreed that we should get rid of him. So at the Truth 3412 said, "What UTF type
Mhm.
of idiotic logic is this? Podcast equipment needs to get more expensive. The fact that everyone agreed is crazy work." So that's that.
So, Mr. Truth, let me ask you this. Why should the Boston Celtics stay packed? I mean, because you have a chance again. We know that Giannis is going to be available in the summer. Everybody knows it. And it's only a couple teams that can make the deal. So why would you let Giannis walk to Golden State, which I think would be stupid if the Bucks take that deal, but that's neither here nor there. Because I wouldn't trade for Jimmy Butler and a washed up Draymond Green. I wouldn't
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, that's crazy.
But if you look at who can get in the water and make the trade, right? I mean, the Hawks can. I wouldn't do that if I'm the Hawks, so things are going well. The Cavs can. You got Evan Mobley. Why would you let him go over there? And then look at a team that you not even think about, the Thunder. They got all the assets in the world. They can
Yeah.
part with somebody and still be okay after this. So, they could part with two guys and be okay after this. So, again, why would you want to let them create this two-headed monster with Shea and Giannis? And now, basically, these guys are going to go on a dynasty run.
Exactly.
So there are teams that can make this trade. Miami might figure out something, which I don't know what you would give up because I don't think they have anything that I would want if I'm the GM. But again, why not make the deal? That, to me, if I'm the Bucks, Tatum might be the best player I'm going to get back for Giannis if I want a player back.
Exactly. Yeah, because the Bucks, I mean, trading Giannis, don't get me wrong, Giannis is a great player and all that, but what great players are they really going to get back? People are
Exactly.
not really want to give up the great players. But if the Celtics are willing to trade Tatum, which will probably be the greatest player that they'll be able to get back, shoot, they might go for that, for Jason Tatum. So,
Exactly. Bro, look
and
old school. It don't be superstar top tier talent that are, top 5 players available on a regular basis. Go back to the 90s when Charles Barkley went from Philly to the Suns. You know what they robbed them for? They gave up Jeff Hornacek, I think Tim Perry, and a bunch of bums. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they went to the finals with Chuck. So these players are not on the market all the time where you can just go make this move. I mean, look at KG. KG wasn't on the market till he was at the back half of his career.
exactly.
Ray Allen. I mean, you got to get guys. Look at the difference when the Lakers decided to go all in and get Paul Gasol. Now, I agree, Giannis is a better player than Paul Gasol, but look at how Paul swung the momentum to the Lakers.
Yeah. So here's another one. Brian Glasper.
Yeah, let's read another one.
He said, "This is why everyone shouldn't have a platform. This is the dumbest shit I've heard all year. Derek White as your second option is not getting you a championship." Now, let me tell you this, Mr. Glasper. We're not looking at Derek White as being your second option. You're not thinking about what you can actually get for Tatum.
Facts.
And remember, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they've only gotten one championship.
And guess who else was there with that one championship? Derek White.
Derek White was there. And so what I'm saying is they have a chance where they could possibly get Giannis.
Right.
Guess who would be the second option? Either Giannis or Jaylen Brown. One of them will be that second option.
Well,
you know,
again, you
1A,
throwing
1B.
dirt on Derek White, right? Who's been the second option all season long?
Yes,
Derek
Derek
White.
White.
You've been in second place. Hold on.
Exactly.
Let's take this a step further. Let's go back to the Olympics. Now, whether we agree or disagree, it don't matter what happened. Who was on the court more, Derek White or Jason Tatum?
Derek White.
Derek White.
Jason Tatum was on that bench.
The truth is the truth, and it might sting a little bit. And I'm not a
Yeah.
big Derek White fan, but I can't deny that the guy is a big upgrade as far as he is a role player, but he's such an important role player.
Exactly.
He's a
Exactly.
make it like he has made, the Celtics such a better team because he can take
Mhm.
out the best defender. He puts pressure, he can hit the open three. He can put the ball on the floor. He plays bigger than his size. It is what it is. Derek White is not a bum.
Yeah. And then lastly, we'll do the this last one here.
Okay.
It's I think it's Tuned Airs, TUNEDA, Tuned Airs. I'm tripping. I said it's Tuned Airs. Okay. Either you're trolling or just dumb. This is something that never crossed Brad Stevens' mind. Worst take of 2026 and clickbait. Earns a thumb down. Hope I never see you on my feed again.
Hey man, we appreciate the view first off. So we like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the view. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate the engagement. But let me tell you like this. This is the reason that you're not an NBA GM because those things that be on your mind all the time. It was a crazy man named Jerry Krause, and we may disagree with some of what he said, but at the end of the day, he was somewhat right when trying to get rid of Scotty before Scotty broke down. When he thought about
Mhm.
trading for Sean Kemp, I wouldn't have done that, but it wasn't a bad idea. When he said trading for Tracy McGrady, he was actually right.
Exactly.
Now, I get it that MJ didn't want to start over with Tracy McGrady, but let's just think about this. Had they traded him for Tracy McGrady, the Bulls would have went on a second dynasty run. It is what
Exactly.
it is.
Exactly, exactly. And sometimes you have to look into the future. It's not all about what's going on right now. This team that they have with Tatum and Jalen Brown is not a team that's just going to be a dynasty that's going to get you championship after championship after championship.
Facts.
But trading one of them, which looking at it, you want to trade Jason Tatum, you trade him, you have a chance to put together a team that can win championship after championship and become a dynasty now and in the future. Yeah, why not go for it? Why not go for it? I mean,
Well, here's the
yeah,
thing. This is the
it's smart.
same organization that traded Rondo. It's the same organization traded Paul Pierce. They traded Kevin Garnett before he fell off. They got Ray Allen up out of there, sent him to Miami. This is the same organization that's been forward thinking. Remember Isaiah Thomas? They took them to the Eastern Conference Finals. What'd they do? He was injured, and the next season they got rid of him. And it was a
Got rid
smart
of him.
decision. And they never
Yeah.
looked back.
Yeah, you have to think ahead and you got to make these decisions. You just got to think and you got to make these decisions, man. You got to make the decisions that people don't expect, that other people aren't thinking you're going to do. And I mean, this just makes sense to do. I don't have anything against Tatum. I think Tatum is a great player, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So,
Hey, look at Rob Pelinka. We gotta give him all the credit in the world. He made a trade for Luca.
mhm.
He didn't have to do that. AD was hurt. He got rid of an injured player. That was a
Yeah,
smart decision. I
yeah, I
mean,
mean, that was an obvious decision, though. I
yeah, I
mean,
get that, but I mean, to me,
yeah.
trading Giannis for Tatum is an obvious decision. That's a super obvious one. I want Giannis.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like trading AD for Luca, a dude AD who's extra injured all the time and
True,
not
true. I mean, this
playing.
is Tatum's only injury.
That's
I
just
get that. All right, then
yeah.
this is a better example. This is a better example. Look at Sam Presti and OKC. They traded Paul George at the height of his powers,
Hmm.
and look at what it got him. Shea
Yeah,
Gilgeous-Alexander.
exactly. People didn't expect. People expected Shea to be good, but they didn't expect him to be this good, to be MVP good. But they took a risk. They took a risk, and it worked out. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to be a great team and build a dynasty, sometimes you have to take risks, and that's what they did.
And they kept doing it because those risks brought Jalen
Yeah.
Williams. The risk brought Chet Holmgren. All
Hmm.
those risks and trades brought all those great players. And the Celtics are sitting on a bunch of draft picks anyway that are going
Yeah.
to be kind of unusable when you're competing at this high of a level.
Exactly.
So what's the next best thing? Move a player that's injured. And again, I'd rather gamble on Giannis, and I feel like that's a better fit too for your team. Think about how dynamic they're going to be defensively. They're already a good defensive team.
Yeah.
But if you
In
get
the past,
Giannis, it's
it's
lights
gonna be
out.
crazy. But in the past, they were already thinking about trading one of those guys a while
Yeah,
back. I'ma say years back, they were already thinking about trading one of those guys for Kevin Durant. There was
exactly.
those there was those rumors they was looking to trade. So if you were willing to trade them back then, you should be willing to trade one of them now to get a Giannis. So that's even better for your team. So I
Exactly,
mean,
man.
Let's go for it.
Hey, man, we appreciate the comments. Keep them coming because we read the comments, we respond to them, and we read them
Mhm.
online because we want to give y'all the love. Whether you like us or not, whether you agree with us or not, we still appreciate y'all commenting. And please keep commenting because we'll keep reading and we'll keep responding. And we will call you out on the show. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. And we did have somebody on there that did agree with us and saw, hey, these guys are forward thinking. Plus, your boy Brightside. You got to call him out. He always said that you got some crazy takes on sports. And I know that's your man, 180 grand that you play Call of Duty with, right?
Yeah, but he was talking about you though.
Oh, okay, cool. I appreciate him then. That's cool.
Yeah, he was talking about you, 'cause I reread the comment on there, and, basically he was saying, "Mike the expert, your boy has some crazy take on sports." So, he says, "Your boy has the wildest take on sports." So, I think he was
Hey, we
talking about
appreciate
you
the
on
love,
that.
brother. We appreciate the love. So let's talk about a wild take. You have been the band leader for this. The
Mhm,
whole season last year, you the band leader on getting rid of Michael Penix. And you might have got your wish now that we got Tua Tagovailoa coming to the Atlanta Falcons. First
mhm,
off, I mean, I guess we're just gonna have all left-handed quarterbacks because now we just need to trade for Dylan Gabriel. Now we got 3 lefties, but we got 2 of them.
yeah.
I mean, I get it. Tua carved us up when we played them in the regular season, but I'm feeling better, but I'm still having a hard time wrapping my mind around trading for a guy that has had multiple concussions and is basically 1 concussion away from being retired.
Yeah.
So I get it. And, Penix is hurt. We don't know if he'll be able to start the season. He won't be. We all know that. But, he says he's working out. Man, what do you think about what Matt Ryan and them did? And do you really think that Tua has a chance to be the starter this season?
Yeah, I mean, I do think he has a chance to be the starter just because, I mean, the other thing we got is Penix, and I don't think he's
Man, why
starting
you hate
material.
Penix so much, man? What did he do to you, man?
Not that I'm just
You asked
saying,
for the autograph, he told you no?
nah, man, I don't
You
be
asked for the
getting
picture, he told you
autographed.
no. You asked for the
Nah,
interview, he told you
I
no.
don't care nothing about none of that. No, I'll take an interview for Penix now,
No,
but
just like personal, man. What did he do, bruh?
nothing. I just don't think that he's that guy. And honestly, right now, yeah, Tua is injury prone, but so is Penix, So, but I think Tua, I think is good for us right now. I mean, it's a low risk, high reward. I mean, he signed a 1 year veteran minimum, what
Getting $1 million.
1.3, yeah, 1.3 million. So I mean, he's not locked into us long term. He's just here, for a short time, unless he just you know, does unbelievably well and we decide to keep him. But I mean, Tua is a proven starter with real production. I mean, shoot, in 2023, he led the league in passing yards. I know that's a few years ago, but I mean, he did his thing. I mean, shoot, 2025 season, even though it was considered a bad season, he still had, 2,600 yards and 20 TDs. So, I mean,
He don't turn the
Tua,
ball over.
yeah, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, and then another thing is he releases fast. He has a quick release. He's very accurate, So I mean, and that's kind
But
of stuff that we
the
need.
same thing you complained about Penix about not being mobile, he don't run either. He's not mobile like
Yeah,
that. I mean, if we
understand.
wanted mobile, you should have got Kyler Murray. He can run and get away from somebody,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, understandable. He's not mobile, and I
and he's
don't like that
undersized.
part. Yeah, and I don't like that part that he's not mobile. But I mean, we had to go with what we can go with, and we just got a better Penix is what we got.
Whoa, whoa.
A better version of Penix.
Wait a minute, man. Tua was been an MVP candidate. What are you talking about, yo? This guy's a
Yeah,
legend in Alabama. What you mean he's a better Penix?
yeah. What I mean by that is the better Penix. So he's not
Because he's a
mobile.
lefty?
No, well, he's a lefty. He's not mobile like Penix, but he's better than Penix. He's more accurate. He has a quick release. I think he's going to do better for our team than Penix. Now, I know our team, the Falcons, we've lost some things. Some people got in trouble. So
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know.
we know about James Pierce Jr., but that's on the defensive side of the ball. I do
Yeah,
like all the
I know.
signings the Falcons have been doing to kind of shore that up, losing him and
Mhm.
Caden Ellis. I mean, I thought they brought in basically a bandwagon of characters at this point. I like
Yeah.
Ojulari. I think that's a good signing. I think with all the signings that you've made in free agency, and of course, if you can bring back Divine Diablo on a good deal as well, I think that
Mhm.
puts you in position to be okay. We still don't know what's going to happen with Arnold Ebiketie. I would like to possibly bring him back. 'Cause I don't think he's signed anywhere yet as a replacement or as a stand-in until James Pierce Jr. can play. Now, the good thing with James Pierce Jr., his most serious charge for basically hitting a police officer has been dismissed. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. He's got one less charge on his on his sheet. He still got a lot of them left. He got a lot of hurdles
Yeah.
to clear. But at the same time, hey, I think you got a plan for this, and I think they do have to take a serious look at that second round pick being a linebacker, just because
Mhm.
you cannot roll Troy Anderson out there. That guy is terrible. You cannot roll him out there. You need Pierce Jr., and he's not going to be able to play for at least one season. We know that if he
Yeah.
plays again for the Falcons. I think right now it's also trending positive. They're going to keep him because here's the thing, he hasn't been cut yet. Now he got a
Mhm.
lot to deal with, and I hope he deals with it. And I got to say this too, as a father, I wouldn't like somebody doing what he's alleged to be doing with my daughter. It got to the point where she had called the police on him, I think, like 5 times, and tried to, have restraining orders. His dad is
Yeah.
calling like, "Your son is popping up. Like, I don't know what's going on with you, dog. You in the NFL. It's easy to meet a lady. You ain't got to stalk no lady. I get it.
Yeah.
She a
Yeah.
WNBA player and she's attractive, but that's just crazy work."
Yeah, he's tripping with all that stuff. I don't know what some of these people are thinking sometimes, man. I'm like, yo, I'm a regular dude and I ain't gonna do all that. That's crazy.
Let alone you got
Like,
millions at stake that you could lose.
yeah, yeah. I
You ain't gonna
mean,
crash out like that.
yeah, I don't know about that. He's tripping. But back to the Tua thing, what I do want to say, and the reason why I said he's a better Michael Penix, because I mean, Tua still, yeah, he was at one point he was an MVP candidate, all that stuff or whatever. But Tua still has his issues, just like Michael Penix struggled a lot with the pressure. Well, Tua
Yep.
does too. Tua struggles with pressure also. So that's why I say he's a better Michael Penix. I think he does some things better than Penix, but he still has his some of the same faults that Penix has too. So
So do you
we'll see.
trust Kevin Stefanski to fix him, if you will? Because it seems like because Sam Darnold went to the Vikings and turned
Mhm.
it around, now everybody's kind of going back to the bin on some of these quarterbacks people gave up on. Geno Smith
Yeah.
had a resurgence with the Seahawks and he fell back off again with the Raiders, but the
Mhm.
Raiders had no talent. I mean, here's the thing, man. Do you really trust Kevin Stefanski? Because he couldn't figure it out with Dylan Gabriel. Now he did, restore Joe Flacco and got him back in the hot tub time machine, but couldn't figure it out with Deshaun, and the results are kinda mixed with Shador.
I can't believe you said Dylan Gabriel. Nobody was gonna figure out with Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is not a good
He
quarterback.
said Dylan Gabriel can't figure out what he is on his own.
Exactly. He's not a good quarterback. So I don't think anybody the only thing any coach was gonna figure out is that Dylan Gabriel is not good. So it just is what it is. It just is what it is with that. Um,
Tell me how you really feel.
yeah, so when you say is he gonna fix him, you're talking about Penix, right?
I'm talking about Tua, because I mean, at the end of the day, we know Penix probably cannot start the season. Maybe you
Yeah.
start with Tua and then you move on to Penix when he's healthy.
Yeah, no, I think Tua is what he is. I don't know if you're gonna really be able to fix him. You just gotta hope that he's able to play, pretty decent with what's around him. But is Stefanski going to come in and fix Tua? I don't think so.
So do you
I
see
don't.
Tua bouncing back and maybe playing better than he did last year? Because eventually he got benched.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a possibility with, we'll see. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just kind of hard, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, he fits good with I think he'll fits good with teams, with young receivers, he fits good with the run game, play action offense. I mean, I think it's going to be better than what we have. I think it's better than Penny. So
So you
we'll see.
saying even healthy, you rather have Tua out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't think
Healthy.
Stefanski can fix Penix?
No, I don't think anybody can fix Penix. I think Penix
Gee,
is what he is
man,
at
you
this point.
really out on him.
Yeah, I'm out on Penix. I think he is what he is. We've seen
So
what
you
he
don't
could
think he
be.
can get better? He can't pull a Sam Darnold and get better.
I don't think so. If he does, great. I hope he does. I'm rooting for him. Hey,
Are you rooting for him?
get
You talking
better.
about trade the man for Shador. You're not rooting for him.
We got him on the team right now, so I'm rooting for him. But yeah, if you had the chance to trade him, trade him.
You was the
It's just
main one coming on here celebrating when Kirk Cousins went back in.
yeah, yeah. I wanted Kirk to play more than I wanted Penix to play. I think Kirk did a better job than what Penix would do.
You went on a
So
winning streak
yeah.
with Kirk.
I know. We weren't going on a winning streak with Penix. We might go on a
This is
one
the thing
one
though.
game winning streak.
Penix got that cannon arm, bruh. He could get the ball downfield. That's what he known for is big plays down the field. With Kirk, I mean, he almost had nothing left when he throwing the ball.
When why is Penix known for big plays down the field? Why?
That's what
How
he
is
did in
he
college.
exactly?
He hit big plays
Exactly.
down the field over and over
That
again, and he did that too when he first came in as a rookie. He hit some big plays
no.
down the field. A la the one to
He's
Kyle Pitts
known
that should have won you the game, but the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed.
he's known for big plays down the field because of college. He's known for big plays down the field because of college. He's known for mobility because of college. In the NFL, he's known for being hurt,
Oh, he's only
you
been
know,
hurt one time.
and he's known for being hurt. He only been here for, he ain't been here that long. He been hurt. You know what I'm saying?
He's
He
been
was
hurt
hurt.
1 out of 2 seasons, bro.
He was hurt last season, right?
Okay, that's one time being hurt.
And he's still hurt going into this season. He's known for
That's the
being hurt.
same injury. He ain't
It
got no
doesn't
new
matter.
injury.
It doesn't matter. He's
Yo, you
going
really
coming into
cannot
this
stand
season.
this man, yo. You cannot stand him. This
But
is
look,
personal.
everything that you guys say is, based off of what he did in college. Well, I mean, he's in the NFL now. He's going against better players. He's going against NFL players, and he's just not performing.
I get all
So
of that, but you gotta give the man a little bit of grace because he had a
I did.
buffoon as an offensive coordinator. That's the reason that man is not in the NFL anymore. He don't know what he's
I,
doing.
and
You
I
cannot
gave him
have a rookie
grace.
and a first-time offensive coordinator. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, well, I hope Penix does a great job since the Falcons have him, but I don't see it. I mean, Penix, I just don't see it. He panics too much. Just I no.
I mean, I get what you're saying about Tua being a timing quarterback, and we know Stefanski loves timing and getting the ball out on time. I think that helps, especially now that you're keeping Kyle Pitts and he seems to be, figured it out or got himself back together. If he plays like how he played at the end of the season all season, you might have
Mhm.
something. I mean, of course, Bijan gonna be Bijan. He's gonna be he's what
Yeah,
top 3 player in the whole NFL.
yeah. I
Drake
miss
London is
Algier.
yeah, we gonna miss Algier big
Yeah,
time.
we're
Not
gonna miss
they
him.
need they need to figure that out. We gotta bring somebody in. You can't have run Bijan in the ground.
Yeah, yeah. But and the thing with Bijan, the thing that I worry about is because later on in the season, teams, kind of figured him out a little bit.
Stack the
You know,
box.
Yeah, yeah, they figured out what to do, and I think that's gonna carry on into this season, so the Falcons gotta figure out a different way to help out Bijan because Bijan that second half of the season wasn't the same Bijan because they figured out what to do,
Well,
you know?
they figured out our play calling because our offensive coordinator was terrible.
No, most definitely. That's why I said some things are gonna have to change so that Bijan could really get out there and do his thing.
Well, and on top of that, Darnell Mooney didn't do anything to help you out to be able to stretch the field. That was a big part of
Mhm.
it. You can't just play through Drake London 100%. It's got to be another guy to take a little bit of pressure off of him because they're gonna start doubling Drake. And the
Yeah.
same thing with Kyle Pitts. You got to give these guys some opportunities. And we didn't scheme the guys open. That was a big issue last year. Hopefully, it won't be an issue this year. But
When
we'll
Kirk
see.
Cousins when Kirk Cousins started playing, he started throwing it to other people on the field. Penix wasn't doing that. Penix kept going to the same person all the time. Kirk Cousins kind of spread it out because you didn't see Pitts in the beginning of the season. You didn't see Kyle Pitts really doing much, and then later on in the season, he started getting catches.
I
I
give you
mean,
that. I
yeah,
mean, but
that's
what do
what I'm
you
saying.
expect from a young quarterback? Most of them gonna lock onto your first and second read. That's like curse a veteran. Of course he gonna do that. That's what veteran quarterbacks do. That's what Joe Flacco does. That's why he's still playing football right now.
When you in the NFL and you out there and you trying to be a starter and all that, you got to be ready, man. And he ain't ready.
Boy, Mike the expert give you 2 games to develop, and then he want to fire you
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, you should have developed when you was in college. You need to come in the NFL and ball out.
Hey, maybe them boys is right. You might know
Yeah.
basketball, but you might not know football. Maybe they was right. They take your mic away when you
Hey,
start talking football.
hey, I don't care. This guy, you need to be ready. All I hear about Penix, everybody talk about Penix. Oh, he was this in college. He was that in college. He was doing this. He was doing that.
He
Well,
was. He
I
went
ain't
to the
great.
Final Four.
Great. Yeah, and all that's true. But in the NFL, I don't see any remnants of any of that kind of stuff. So
Wow.
we'll see what happens.
Well, let's talk about what's going to happen next, man. The NBA has decided to expand. Before we go to that, though, I got to give a shout out to the WNBA. They did a great job with their collective bargaining agreement. I mean, this was awesome. They were on the verge of basically going on strike, and they locked themselves in a room, got the deal done. Shout out to Asia Wilson. She's going to be the first player in WNBA history to sign a Supermax deal. I love it. I think these ladies should be getting paid a lot more. Now the
What's the
minimum
deal?
is 1,000. You shouldn't have to go overseas like Brittany Griner did to try to go make some money, and then she got stuck in Russia. or play in overtime league. Nothing against overtime, but we know why the ladies are over there because they're not making enough money. They should
Wait, the
not be on there
minimum?
making no 50,000 and 60,000. That's crazy.
That's the minimum salary, 300,000?
Now it is.
Okay, okay. So,
And
that
that's still
mean
low, but I mean, again, they're building, and
no,
now they
that's
got
good for them.
stars. You got
Yeah.
stars now. You got Asia, you got Caitlin. It's a lot of stars. Sabrina Nescu.
One thing I wanna do, I wanna give a shout out to Angel Reese. People talk bad
Yes,
about
one of the stars.
people talk bad about Angel Reese and all that and her speaking out and all that, but if you look at it on the internet and stuff, Angel Reese, it was the main person that you saw speaking out about this collective bargaining deal and speaking out about what they need to be getting paid and all that. And you'll see the things about her saying she ain't playing unless some things change and people want to, oh, who are you supposed to be, and talk bad about her. You see people talking bad about her in the comments, but she really stuck her neck out there, and I think she really helped get this to. I mean, she led the charge. There were other people, doing their thing, but I think she kind of led the charge out there. Took her fame and her notoriety and put it out there to try to help not just herself, but the rest of the WNBA players. So
Right.
I give her
Her,
credit.
Brianna Stewart. And this is the thing when you talk about a player like her or Sabrina Ionescu or
Yeah,
even Caitlin Clark, they're making so much money from endorsements. It's not like they got to speak up for the other players that are not making that money. So
exactly,
talk about the Ryan Howards of the world that are not making that check. And is a great player for the WNBA dream, but at the same time, she's not at the popularity level of an Angel Reese or a Caitlin Clark.
exactly.
So it's gotta take other players like that to speak up. And then some of those rotational players, those others that we talk about, it's people
Hmm.
like her that made sure those people got paid. And 300,000 is a starting point. And again, there was no supermax in their league. That makes no sense. You got a player like Asia Wilson, who is MVP, balling out, winning championships,
Deserves it.
and
Mhm.
you ain't getting no supermax. That's wild work.
Yeah, and then her dude just scored 83
Yeah, it's
points,
been
so
a week
she's
for her, bro. She don't
oh,
have a week, bro.
no.
You know what I'm
I was gonna
saying?
say her dude scored 83 points, so she definitely deserved the supermax, you know what I'm saying? Shoot,
Yo, that's the
just
weakest 83 you
that
ever seen,
alone.
but still, shout out to Asia Wilson, her and Bam having the week of all weeks, man. But I just like seeing the progression. And then, of course, she has her own Nike shoe, which is awesome. So it's good to see that because you don't want to see where the league is starting to simmer and get hot and get this mainstream acclaim, and then they go on break because we can't figure out a way to make the pay work. So
Exactly.
smart thing to get that done because you don't want to lose momentum from people being interested in the league. But
So,
talking about
enough about the WNBA, let's get on.
Yeah, talking about interest in the league, man. The NBA, man, expansion. We talking about bringing back the Seattle Supersonics. I'm very excited about that. We got a team coming to Vegas. I don't think they know the name yet. I've seen the Venom as a name. I've seen some other names. I hope they
Yeah,
don't do Venom. That's a stupid name. That sounds like something out of an '80s cartoon.
the Las Vegas Venom, oh,
Yeah, I don't
man,
like that
that's
name.
crazy.
That sounds like a don't that sound like something from an '80s cartoon like Cobra or something?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
so I'm happy to see Seattle Supersonics come back. And, of course, they're going to have an expansion draft where everybody gets to knock off, somebody from the other teams out the 30 teams.
Yeah.
First off, do you think this is going to water the league down? Because this is it. Because we basically going back to remember when the league expanded. The last time we did this big expansion was what Vancouver and Toronto.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily gonna water the league down because the league is already watered down as far as the way they play. I
It can't
mean,
get no more watered down.
yeah, I mean, for real, if you look at it, it's all the same, a bunch of three-pointers and all that, so when these 2 teams come, Seattle and Las Vegas and all that, you're just gonna have players on there shooting a bunch of threes, so you're gonna have players scoring 30 25 points, and people are gonna look at those players and say, "Hey, they weren't getting a lot of playing time on the other teams, but they're really good." No,
Exactly.
they're just shooting a bunch of threes, nobody's playing defense, so they're gonna look better than what they really are anyway, so it's gonna look like they're getting these players that just didn't get a chance on the other teams, but they're really good. You know, they just shooting a bunch of threes.
Hey, maybe that's what Rishon say he'll be. He'll be with Seattle or he'll be out there in Vegas.
Yeah, they might get him because I mean the Hawks can only that's probably actually going to happen because you only can lock in so many players. So
Right.
I mean, Rich say yeah might wind up on one of those expansion teams.
Yeah, everybody has to give up at least one player. I do know that. So that's whew. Hey, maybe Zion will end up out there. Probably not though.
Nah, he's gonna be a person that's locked in. None of the stars are gonna go over there. You know, you get to lock in, I don't know, what, 4 or 5 players, something like that, 6
Something like
players?
that. I remember the last
Yeah,
time they did this too. One of the times they did this, Rick Mahorn, that's how he ended up with the Timberwolves. He went
yeah,
from winning the championship to going to
mhm.
the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they couldn't hold on to him. They had too many other people. You know, it was between Rick Mahorn and Dennis Rodman from what I hear, and they held on to Dennis.
Yeah, because you had Mahorn, John Sally, some of these guys.
Mhm.
And I had to say, I probably would have hung on to John Sally too, because he was a younger player at the time than Mahorn, so that made sense. And of course, Rodman, I mean, you're talking about one of the best defensive players in the whole NBA, so of course you're gonna hold on to him as well. So I understand what kind of happened to the Pistons.
Yeah,
Man, so we talked about the league possibly being watered down. I agree with you. I don't know that it's going to be any more watered down than what it is. I do think it helps the NBA draft because now here's the thing. That first round is even more valuable, and that second round is very valuable now because
yeah.
there's more teams in the league. So I think this also helps college basketball to possibly get us to watch it outside of the tournament where we can start seeing, kind of talent go into the league because now there's more teams. So it opens up more spots for more guys from college. So I do like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know if that's really gonna get us to start watching college basketball more. I think with everything that's going on with college basketball and with the overseas people going over there and then the G League and
Yeah,
the
and
way
then
people
overtime and all these other leagues.
yeah, the way people are getting to the NBA now, and then even at college, if you're a good player, you're usually only gonna stay there 1 year. You're gonna be one and gone. I think there's just too much going on there to really get people really to just start watching college like that, so
Well, NIL is helping guys at least stay maybe 2. This is my thing though, and this is what the NBA needs to realize. If they don't fix this product, you remember when college basketball was like one of the top things that people watched? It was
Mhm.
everywhere. You couldn't wait to see Duke and North Carolina play every season.
Yeah,
Now nobody cares until we get to the tournament.
exactly.
The NBA is about to be like that where nobody cares until we get to the playoffs, and that's not a good thing.
It's not the NBA is not finna be like that. The NBA is like that. People don't yeah, it's already
Yeah, because
like
you got
that.
Steve Kerr talking about shortening the season, sounding all crazy.
Yeah, people don't really care about what's going on in the NBA because it's not exciting anymore. These teams, it's all the same stuff. I could watch 2 teams over here and 2 teams over there, and it's like watching the same thing.
Yeah, you
You
can watch.
know?
It's only a
Yeah,
few of them that don't play the same. Like I would say Orlando has their own style of play. It isn't solely dependent on the 3. The Pistons have their own style of play that is not totally dependent on the 3, but that's rare. And the Thunder, they got their own style, and as much as people say that, they don't depend on the 3 either.
yeah,
Everybody else is just pick and roll, drive and kick, and shoot
yeah,
threes.
yeah. It's like, what's the point of even having a coach? I mean, I mean, you just doing the same stuff. Everybody's offense is pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. It used to be back in the day, people used the pick and roll here and there, but the Utah Jazz were known for using that pick and roll.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
you had a team that was known for doing that. Now you got everybody doing it, and then they're doing it just to shoot a three, really. You
Right.
know what I'm
You
saying?
shoot a step back 3.
Yeah, a step back three. Like, it's crazy, I don't enjoy it at all, and I love basketball. I know you love basketball. I don't enjoy this. It's hard for me to even watch a full game because it's the same stuff, and you got everybody on the team shooting threes, step back threes.
Well, and that's the thing. Teams need to have an identity based around what your good players can do. And not everybody's
Yeah.
a three-point shooter, and that's okay. And here's the thing
Mhm.
too. If you're not a three-point shooter, take a bunch of twos because you're always going to make more twos than you make threes.
Yeah.
That's a fact. You are because you're shooting a closer shot. It's just simple math, but who knows? This is what I want to say about the expansion thing. So, of course, that means that a team has to move to the East. We talking about right now what's in contention is Minnesota, Memphis is in contention to move, and New Orleans. Out of those
Yeah.
3, who do you want to see go to the East? Because I already know who I want to go.
Well, definitely not Minnesota. I want
I
Minnesota
don't
to
either.
stay in
Yeah,
the
that
West.
that's
You
ridiculous.
know, yeah, maybe Memphis can go over there, or New Orleans. Either one of those I'd be fine with, but Minnesota? Nah.
It just doesn't make
Minnesota
sense, though. Like, if you even
yeah.
look at where Minnesota is on a map, that's not the East. That's the
Mhm.
Midwest at best.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make any sense. And I know why they're doing it because they want Ant-Man in the East so he could play at prime time, 8 o'clock. I get it. But at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like ridiculous. That would be one of the worst decisions. I think if you look at it geographically, I think that the Grizzlies should probably go to the East. Now, if I look at
Yeah.
it from maybe a competitive standpoint, I might put New Orleans over there because now that helps me kind of have this like South thing and kind of evens
Mhm.
that out some more a little bit. Now you maybe can move because who's in the South right now? Charlotte, Atlanta, Miami,
Mhm.
and Orlando. So now you might be able to move that and kind of have something a little bit more competitive over there if New Orleans goes to the East. And I think Zion in the East would probably be cool too. But
Yeah.
geographic, the Grizzlies from a game standpoint, because Ja's we don't know when he's ever going to be himself again or even play again. I kind of think that I'd rather see the Pelicans be in the East as opposed to the Grizzlies because I don't even like watching the Grizzlies anymore.
Yeah, man, I hate what happened with Ja, man. I mean, Ja was, like, on the way to being, like, one of the best players in the game,
Yeah, he was
and
all the
it's
way up.
like yeah, and it's like it just hit I think all this stuff just got to his head got too big, and then out doing all those, those things off the court and stuff, and, I mean, even after he got in trouble with the gun stuff, he's still on the court shooting like he's shooting the
Shoot
gun
him
and
up,
all that
bang,
stuff.
bang.
Yeah, it's like it's just I don't understand, like, does he know right from wrong, or does he know just oh, man, I thought Ja
Yo,
really
Ja about to be the biggest cautionary tale of all time.
exactly,
The biggest
exactly.
because people can say Allen Iverson, you say what you want. AI played over a decade at a high level. AI went to the finals. You can say all that stuff you wanna say about the
Yeah.
party and the practice, but he gave you everything you wanted on the court.
Gave
You couldn't deny
everything.
it.
Yeah, he
And he
gave
didn't cheat the
everything.
game. He didn't have a lot of you can't control injuries, but he didn't have a lot of foolishness that kept him off the court. So you can say
Mhm.
whatever you want about Carmelo. Again, did not cheat the game and was always keeping his team in contention. Ja
Yeah,
cannot
the
say that.
the game cheated Carmelo, but,
Exactly. The game cheated Carmelo because Carmelo squeezed every inch he could out of the game. They cheated Carmelo and turned their back on him when dude still had game left in him.
nah, they cheated Carmelo before even then. They cheated Carmelo his rookie season because he should have been Rookie of the Year.
Oh, there you
Anyway,
go again with that. With oh man,
I'm
cut
just
it out.
saying,
Hey,
he
and they
should have
cheated him.
been.
I mean, I get it. Joker's a great player, but come on, man. That jersey should have been untouchable. That nobody else
Yeah,
should have been wearing 15. That's wild.
most definitely, most
That's
definitely.
wild work right there. It's not like Penny Hardaway where you were hurt, so
Mhm.
I don't really agree with that, but that's a story for another day. But at the same time, man, I just think that when you look at Ja had talent to be a top 5 player current and
Exactly.
possibly finish his career as a top 20 player.
Mhm.
And now he's a cautionary tale of a guy that may have played himself out the NBA.
Yeah. Nobody wants him. Like, nobody really wants him. Like, there's some people that might take a chance on him, but they're not giving you nothing for him. Like, it's gonna have to be a get over trade,
Yeah, it's gonna be
you
pennies on the
know
dollar.
yeah, or basically when he's a free agent, then maybe somebody might, take a chance on him. But I'm just like, man, it's just sad to see that because Ja actually is very talented. Could have been one of the best players in the league. I mean, basically the face of the NBA. I mean,
And he had a
Ja
great
was that
story
guy.
coming in the league. He had a great story coming in the league. And it's the
Yeah.
thing too, now that he's getting a little older and he's got the
Hmm.
injuries and he didn't develop any other parts of his game besides being able to, be a physical specimen and dunk on people. I
Hmm.
mean, he might be a bigger what if than Derrick Rose now. And at least Derrick Rose, it wasn't that he played himself. He just got injured.
Yeah, you said a physical specimen.
He was. Dude, Ja was dunking on people and going crazy, bro.
He wasn't a physical specimen. He was very athletic, and he was dunking on people and stuff like that. But a
Okay,
physical
so he had a chance
specimen.
to be one of the most athletic guards to play the game, and now he
There you
played
go.
himself.
There you go. Exactly.
At the end of the day, the role still leads that you played yourself.
No, of course. Of course. That's what he was saying. He played himself and hopefully he can come back from it eventually, but I don't know, man. It's like he's becoming an afterthought,
Kinda
so
like, remember Tariq Evans, dog? He didn't play himself, but,
mhm.
man, you remember he just fell off and it was just gone? Or like Brandon
Yeah,
Roy, injuries. I think the closest thing I could probably say is OJ Mayo. He played himself with that gambling,
yeah,
and he played himself with them steroids. So, yeah, I could probably say that's the closest thing I can say right now.
yeah, and OJ Mayo wasn't on the level of
No,
a
he
John
wasn't.
Morant,
He
though.
wasn't on that level.
Yeah, not at
That's
all.
wild. Well, talk about not playing yourself. Over here at Sneakers and Sports, we ain't playing ourselves. So again, continue to like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody that supports us. We'll catch you on the next one.
Comment, please comment.